If we're gonna stop the crooks, us cops gotta know who they are. That's the Rock Crusher. No jail can hold him. And here's Berserko, a dangerous street punk.
Meanwhile, at the Crook's hideout.
Look out for Long Arm. He's a tough street cop. Sergeant Mace, the SWAT team leader. And Bulletproof's a federal agent.
Give up, you crooks. You're surrounded by the cops.
Cops and crooks sold separately with caps.
All I do is clean. Clean, clean, clean. That's what the boss wants me to do. At least that's my day job. It gets boring after a while, but cleaning's what I do. It's what I've been good at. It's the only thing I've been good at. Cleaning. It doesn't matter if it's cleaning streets, floors, cleaning houses, pipes, whatever. I can do it. So that's what I do. Just clean, 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 fucking clean. Hello? Yeah, it's me. Of course I got my equipment. I'm a professional. So you wanted to look like you never existed? I got you. I'm on my way. Another day, another dollar. Time to get to work. What's up, my ninjas? I'm Strident, and I'm back with another review. This time I'm going back and digging into crates for the 1988 Hasbro C.O.P.S and Crooks line. This is Louie the Plumber. Now this guy I've been searching for a long time. He was one of the last couple that I managed to get. I got him incomplete, but I was able to actually substitute for the things that I was missing from this release. Considering this is a 20-something-year-old, 26-year-old toy, he is in amazing condition. Nothing was broken. And typically when you see these guys online, his arms are broken, like at the elbow. Or the bicep swivel, I'm sorry. For some reason, I think that peg is not that big, and a lot of kids put a lot of stress, and a lot of times, the joints are tight, but, that's the most common injury I see with these guys. As far as detailing, everything from his boots, to his jeans, the creases in the jeans, to the gloves, to the hole in his shirt, his suspenders. I mean, this guy's full of character. About the only upgrade I could think of giving him would be, a more modern paint job, so that there's like dirt on his shirt and stuff like that. In the TV show, he was kind of just a dumb goon. He didn't have that many speaking lines. I don't know what he was like in the comics. In my world, he's like a pretty legit assassin. This look just helps kind of divert attention from him. He still looks like a goon, but he very much looks like a typical plumber. I mean, without his ass hanging out of the bottom of the top of his pants. But I mean, I love, and I've said this so many times about the C.O.P.S line, is that, and many other toy lines, is that scale and stature are my favorite things about collecting action figures. I love seeing multiple body types. I love seeing different body types. I love seeing all the body types against one another once I have most of the guys I want from that collection. In this case, that's me having almost the entire collection, And I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of body types, and this is just within the Crooks, not comparing him to the C.O.P.S. But you see he's shorter, he's stockier, his muscles are bigger. I mean, it's just really awesome to see that kind of thought being put into making these characters individuals. And this is by Hasbro nonetheless. A company that these days, new tooling, I mean, all these sculpts are unique, they're not reusing shit. And then now, they can't even be bothered to do this. Anyway, here he is next to Cuckoo, and you're seeing not only a height difference, but a drastic change or difference in size. Cuckoo's on the skinny side. He's, kind of wiry. And Louie just looks like a freaking tank, like a freaking battleship. He's like this old battleship. Now here he is next to the other big, ridiculously muscular character on the team. That is Rock Crusher. And Rock Crusher's another one of those super buff, huge, just you don't want to mess with them types. But look at him next to Louie. Louie's got a whole nother dimension of muscle and, just stockiness to him, whereas Rock Crusher kind of has more of a bodybuilder kind of physique, And I always preferred the toy and the comic version to the TV show. So, you're seeing kind of the four, as general as I can get with the body types that you will see the most in C.O.P.S. Mostly you see the bodybuilder type, which is Rock Crusher, because a lot of the C.O.P.S kind of have that kind of stature. But then, of course, you have skinny characters like Dr. Bad Vibes and Cuckoo. And then you have the huge guys like these two. And Big Boss is even bigger than him, but in a different kind of way. And believe it or not, Big Boss has an O-ring in there as well. It's pretty dope that they were able to alter the construction to still, or alter the sculpts, enough to still fit within this construction. And it's a shame that G.I. Joe never got to go to this size, because I think that would have been extra dope to have, G.I. Joe's about 6 inches, Here he is next to, your poster boy for the C.O.P.S, Long Arm. Long Arm's got that bodybuilder physique. He's tall, very authoritative, of course, because he's, one of the boys in blue. The good boys in blue, not the motherfuckers that are screwing up shit right now, in our various cities, giving all law enforcement agents a bad name. But you see the difference in stature. Long Arm looks like a superhero, and then you got Louie the Plumber, who he does very much look like a goon, but I love the fact that he's so stocky and just so squat. It's quality. It's what makes this line stand out from a lot of other ones, You go back and you look at lines like Superpowers, which was out around the same time as this. You look at even the old Joes, and you didn't get very many body types. You got lots of different things put onto the body types that existed, like muscles, but everybody was typically the same general size. And this is excluding female characters, because there's no females in the C.O.P line for some reason. They never did any females. But anyway, so overall, he looks like a powerful guy. He looks like, even though he's short, like he could really, bring the pain if necessary. And, it's not just the sculpt that does all this. It's the sculpt and the accessories. Now, here are all his accessories, but I want to focus on the strong box. The strong box was the thing I got, but it didn't have anything in it. I didn't care because I knew what I wanted to do with him. I wanted to pack it full of my own goodies. Now, I grew up watching a lot of Hong Kong action films and spy movies and stuff like that. So I figured, he would have gear in the strong box, like grenades and, a walkie-talkie, freaking binoculars, a knife, different explosives. Stuff that would actually allow him to properly destroy people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's going after you, he's going to blow you the fuck up, or he's going to stab you or something. So, I want to make him a little bit more formidable. Here he is with his nail gun and the backpack that goes with it, the generator. I love it because it's a hefty piece of equipment, and he looks like he could walk around with that thing on his back all day, And this is where you got to give props to people like Bart Sears. Bart Sears was like the chief designer for many of these characters, and his designs made sense. Usually his designs are out there, but in this case, they made perfect sense. The nail gun. This is a really cool accessory because you normally don't see them done this kind of way. I mean, this, not only does it look functional, but it does in many ways look like an actual high-powered bolt gun or nail gun. You know what I'm saying? And I like that look. I love it. I replaced the wire. There's a wire that's connected from the gun itself to the generator that's on his back. And I found a piece of the kind of wire that you use for beads and whatnot. I had some of that from, my time at the, when I was working at Directions for Youth. I was doing a lot of art classes and stuff, and I had to go buy all these different, arts and craft materials, and I had some of that, both clear and black, but the black looked more like what the wire is supposed to look like. So there you go, you got a wire that connects from one end to the actual generator, and it looks official. And because it's a different kind of gauge, it's more maneuverable. It's not stiff like what came in the package. And also I cut it longer so that he could have more freedom of movement. So lastly, the caps go into the slot that you see right there on his nail gun or bolt gun. And essentially at the very bottom of the, I don't know if you'd call that the clip or the housing where the hose realistically would go, you just pull that down and then flick it and it will pop the caps. So, this guy is one of those unique figures. He's very hard to find. Usually he's expensive. I got extremely lucky with him. Shout out to my peoples in Canada, because the homeboy that hooked me up with this was in Canada. Props to you, man. Thank you much. It's just a good figure. Very good figure. Very cool figure. Nicely designed figure. And so it gives you something else for you to have in your collection. I mean, if you want him to be a Batman goon, there you go. You got a Batman goon now. If you want him to be, just a thug in whatever setup that you make, say you do ACBA or whatever, and you want to have a bunch of different types of thugs, here you go, So, I love this figure. It's a quality figure. I love this line. I keep telling you guys, go out and get them. It makes me happy to review them. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm Strident. This has been a review of the 1988 Cops and Crooks Louie the Plumber by Hasbro. I'm going to repeat myself. I love reviewing these guys because these are some of my favorite figures. Next to my Soda Street Fighters, these guys are up there. They're extremely unique characters, well done. They kind of got cut off a little too soon, but if you find them, they are worth it. So once again, it's my story. I'm sticking to it. I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace outside.